Hey guys, thanks for watching today's episode. We're going to be talking about Pixieset and how I think it's just one of the best tools that photographers can use. It's really awesome. A couple of things we're going to go over is the different functions of it, what it actually looks like on the front end as well as the back end and what the client experience is. And then I'll also cover some of the pricing too, so you guys can see if it's something that you're interested in. But overall, it's a tool that I'm really excited to share with you. I love Pixieset. I've been using it from the beginning, and it's just really great. So let's go check it out. Okay guys, when you first go to Pixieset's website, this is where you're going to be taken. It's a pretty nice landing page. I'm not going to go through it right now. You guys can take your time and go through it and see all the little perks and stuff that they want you to see. But I want to start with showing you what the client side of it looks like. So you can link your galleries straight up to your personal website. This is my website and my blog. When clients just go to the gallery tab, they're taken straight to this gallery. Now, I do mostly architectural work, so this layout's clean, is simple. It works really well for me. I don't need it to look all fancy. We'll look in on the back side to see if we can customize this in any way. But since I do the architectural stuff, for the most part, I just need things to be pretty simple. It doesn't need to look like a magazine. But I know most of you guys are going to be doing portrait work, so I'm going to pretend like we're featuring my portrait work and show you how that works. So you can organize your photo shoots based on categories. So if you do portrait work, weddings, newborns, you can kind of separate all that out. Like you see here, I've done a couple weddings. I've done portrait work. I've done work for interior designers as well as just doing real estate. So I'm able to kind of separate that for people to see. What I'm going to show you is this session over here because I feel like it's going to fit what most of you guys are looking for. So when clients click on their gallery, they're going to be taken to a landing page. There's a lot of different templates that you can do. And I've actually got a couple different ones that I use depending on what the topic is. But either way, there's going to be a button you can open or a little arrow, or you can just scroll. So when people click on it, they're automatically dragged. Or like you saw, I could just scroll. You can set the images that you upload to kind of organize themselves in certain ways. You can set it to be small thumbnails, large thumbnails. You can put priorities. So if you want your horizontal pictures to be bigger, right now I've got my verticals taking up the most space. You can switch it for the horizontals to take the most space. Just to kind of give you different looks. You can change the colors of the background. You can change the size, if you, like I said, smaller, large ones. But clients just come in, they can scroll, they can see, as they get to the bottom, more images load. It's just a really nice, clean platform. It looks great. It functions really well. And when clients find an image they really like, they just, click on it. They're brought up into this slideshow where they can kind of filter through each of the photos. There's also options up here. They can order prints. They can favorite them. They can share photos, and they can, go to a professional looking slideshow where they send people or share with people. You can also access all these things up here. Like I said, you just can order prints, favorite the photos. This is where they will download them and share the photos. So they can share these with anybody they want. You'll see on the photographer's end, like our back end, we can create PIN numbers. So when you go to download an image, they'll have to put in their email, and then they'll also have to put in that PIN number. They get this in the email that we send to them, and then they're able to download their images that way. So that's pretty much it on this side. So when you favorite an image, again, they're putting in their email. This is also, you can keep track of who's got the photos. So yeah, that's very much the gist of what the clients see. But okay, let's go on to the back end so you can see how you are going to be working with the platform. Okay, so this is your dashboard once you log into Pixieset. It's pretty basically laid out. We've got different categories that we can work on. We've got a little quick access area here showing our most recent uploads as well as any recent orders that we've had. You'll see Mine are 2017. It's because I don't do portrait work anymore. I don't really do orders, but this is a really handy thing if you do, where people are ordering your prints. You got different notifications. These also show up here under the notifications bell. And then we've got links to the different things that you might need to access. This is new. Okay, so they've started doing coupon banners. That's pretty cool. You can create coupons for your shop so that when people order, if they order $200 worth, you can give them 10% off, or things like that. So that's kind of a rundown of the dashboard. I'm going to start with the client gallery, just because this is where you're going to be for the most part. This is on our end, and you are able to upload galleries. If you just hit new collection, you're prompted to go through, create a new collection where you upload your photos. I'm going to show you what it looks like on our photo shoot that we were going through a minute ago. If we click on it, we're taken to this dashboard. We can rearrange all our photos. We can add photos. Here it's telling me that my storage limit is full. Awesome. I've actually gotten to where I'll delete a gallery before I re-upload because I don't need to have a huge amount of stuff on right now for my needs. Your needs may be different. If you're doing, 10 or 12 photo shoots a month, then you might need a larger plan. But like I said, here we can rearrange our photos in the orders that we're in. We can select an image. Let's clear selection. We can select an image, set it to be our cover image right now. You can see that this one is our cover image. You can change that. This is pretty basic. Different little tools here. You can create different sets. For my needs, I don't really need more than one, but sometimes realtors will want a high resolution version and a low resolution version for the MLS system because maybe they do their own website, and then they also need images for the MLS. So I can create different sets, and it's basically two different galleries, and when clients log in, they'll see different tabs up at the top of their screen so that they can toggle back and forth. Maybe you have different topics. Maybe you're doing just one big wedding gallery, but you also did some engagement photos with them and some bridal portraits, and you want all of that to be in one. That's a way that you can use that tool. So you can adjust your settings for the gallery. Probably the thing that's going to matter most to you guys is the design settings. This is where we can change how it looks. This is what it is currently, but Pixieset has a lot of really great different layouts for that homepage, so you can change how it looks. This is probably one of my favorites right now. You get a nice little frame all the way around, and you can change your font between a serif or a sans serif, so depending on your branding and how things work. For your gallery, here's where you toggle between vertical priority or horizontal priority. So which images do you want to be bigger? You can change the background from light to dark. This, I strongly recommend you aligning this with your brand. So if you are more of the light and airy photographer, we'll go with the light. If you're doing some of the dark stuff that's kind of coming out, then do the dark background. You can also decide if you want your images to show large or small. And you can decide how spaced out they are. I like the regular one. I feel like it's very clean and modern. Here you can decide if you want just the icons up top or if you want the icons in the text. I find the icons are pretty self-explanatory. Plus, when you hover over them, they'll tell you what it's all about. And I've only had a couple times where clients will call me and be like, hey, I can't figure this out. And I'm like, you just push the down button, the down arrow to download, and then they're kind of set on their way. So it's very intuitive for clients to use, and you can make it look however you want to fit your branding. There's just a lot of different options. You can also, this is where you will decide if you want the gallery to be public or to be private, especially with bridal portraits where you don't want people to see the dress or see the bride before the wedding.
or the boudoir shoots. You definitely don't want those to be available to just anybody. And you can decide if it's going to show up in that homepage gallery or if they're going to only be able to access it from their email link. When you have client exclusive access, then you create the password where clients have to have the password to be able to see the photos. And you can choose which collection that there's going to be visible. You can turn the download on and off. Here's where you set that PIN number. You can set which images that they have the options to download. You can turn on and off the favorite setting, sharing, and the store. All of this is pretty self-explanatory and really easy to navigate. Here you can kind of see what all's been going on. They downloaded it on this day. And you can see how many emails you took for it. So when we go over to our settings, this is for the whole gallery, client gallery, not just the particular collection that we were looking at a second ago. There's a lot of different things that you can do to make it fit your branding. So you can add in a custom domain. This is the chrisacockstudio.com is my domain. If we just put gallery in front, that's the website. So now clients don't have to go to pixieset.com / ... They can just go to gallery.chrisacockstudio.com and here we are. Or they can access it from my website. You can import your own branding, so my logos, gallery cover logos. I can put in my little favicon, which is this button up here, right here. When people go to your website, this is the little favicon, the image that comes up here. I do that, I just set the same one to my website as Pixieset so that we're consistent across. If you have a paid account or certain levels of accounts, you can turn the Pixieset branding off. And you can decide if you want your photos to have a watermark or not. If I was doing more portrait work, more high-end portrait work, I would have probably keep the watermark on so we can't have any screenshots. But because I'm working mostly with designers and real estate agents, these aren't like the top secret photos. So I'm not concerned about it at this point in where I'm at. You can also select what you want shown on your website or on your homepage. So if we check it out here, oops, let's go back. This one. Right now I don't have anything on there, but let's say I want my biography, I want my email, all of my details on there. They're going to show up so that people can have access to my contact information. I prefer it to look cleaner because I have all of this information on my website, and the Pixieset gallery is not my standalone site, so I don't need all this information there. You can create passwords for the home page. You can create or set which order you want your images to show. There's all kinds of different settings that you can do. You can hook up Google Analytics, and there's lots of different things. So those are pretty much the settings for your gallery. I don't use this because I'm doing HDR, therefore all of my photos are going through Photoshop before we ever get finished with them. But if you edit only with Lightroom, this is something that's really awesome. You can just sync it up with Pixieset, so every time you make a change, it automatically syncs up in your Pixieset gallery. Super cool. Okay, so let's go into our store. This is something, I don't use it anymore because my clients aren't ordering prints, but if you're a portrait photographer and doing stuff with families, this is a really great resource. So the orders page will show you a list of all the orders that you've got. Here you can add price sheets for different products. Now you can decide if you want all of your orders to come straight to you, where you have your own price list and you just process everything yourself, or you can set it to where orders go straight to the labs that Pixieset partners with. So if you have this set up, people will pay this amount. It goes, well, they'll pay this amount. This is what it costs you. So this is your profit margin here. They'll pay this amount. The order goes straight to ProDPI, and the photos will come straight to the clients. It's very hands-off for you. There's pros and cons of this versus doing the self-processing. It's all just going to depend on what you want and what's going to work best for your system. You can set a tax rate, so that's automatically charged. You can set shipping rates. Here's where you're going to create your coupons. And you can also adjust what kind of payment processing you use. I recommend Stripe above everything else. It's super clean, super easy, and there's just no need for anything else. Stripe does everything from accepting payments, processing the payments, and depositing the payments right into your bank account. So there's literally nothing that you have to do. If you don't have Stripe, you should get it. Here you can set a delay so that you have time to look at things and approve them. You can write out your terms of sale, any kind of licensing that you want to do. It's pretty basic, it's pretty straightforward, and it's really easy. I'll come back to this one in a second. Pixieset also allows you to create your own mobile gallery. I literally just created this one in 5 minutes. It was super easy. And it's an app that you can send, okay, let's see, these are all the same things. It's an app that you can send straight to your clients when, whether it's early on in the process or when everything is complete. And you say, hey, your photos are ready. You can download the app here, and it's literally a button on their home screen. They just click on it and it opens right up. They don't have to navigate through the interweb to get to it. So let me show you how it is. Just like in the normal gallery, you upload your photos, you can organize them, you can set the different designs, you've got full page, the different home screens that you can do. There's a lot of different layouts, depending on whether you have your gallery set to black or white will depend on how this looks. You can set focal points in your image or in your home screen. Let's say I wanted this to be the focal point. It will actually adjust what part of the image is focused on in that home screen. So I guess the best way to illustrate this is with a full. So if I wanted this to be my focal point, you can see the image over here has moved. So let's go back here. And if you want to go back to the photos, you can change which image this is. Here again, vertical or horizontal, which do you want to focus on? You can change between dark and light. And here's where you change what this little icon is going to look like on their app. This was super easy to do. I did it in 30 seconds. And again, all the settings, what do you want showing on their pages. You can set up a custom domain. Make sure you've included your logo and not the Pixieset branding, unless you really want that. But whenever you're done with everything, let's go to preview. This is essentially what it's going to look like when people click on the app. It's just clean, it's simple, they have the options to favorite, share their photos, they look through everything. This is what it looks like on tablets. It's just a really neat feature to be able to add to your packages when you say, and you can get a downloadable app for your phone where you have your pictures with you at all times. Super handy when people are getting married or they're just having a baby and they want to share photos with people without actually sharing all of the photos like on Facebook or something like that. They can just show their photos on their app. Whenever you're done with your app, you just go to the share. This works the same way when you're done with the gallery. You type in your email, type in your subject, and you type in your content, and it sends you everything that you need with the buttons and the pin number if you're using a gallery. It is pretty great. Okay, now, the last feature, and this feature is actually not yet live. They only released it to certain, they pre-released it to certain people. So I'm going to be doing a whole video tour on this as I build my own website just to show you guys how it works. It's pretty great, pretty awesome. I'm excited. So tune in for my next video where we're going to go through how to build a website with Pixieset. Until then, I'm going to stop it here. We have pretty much gone through all of our settings. that is Pixieset in a nutshell. Let's talk about pricing really quick. Let's see. So I pulled up the pricing options, and it's pretty straightforward. For each of the plans, you have yearly and a monthly option. Yearly is clearly the better deal if you can afford it. And hopefully, since we have gone through this tour, you will have a good understanding if it's going to be worth it. But for the basic 10 gig, this is what I've got. $96 a year. Serves me just fine. I've never needed anything more. But they also have the 100, the 1,000, and the unlimited plans if that's going to be your needs. So that wraps up our tour of Pixieset. Comment below if you have any questions. I hope this helped you decide if this is something that you're going to need. I hope you have a great day, and be sure to subscribe. Thanks.